This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here. The mail has come in, and this time it's Metal Gear Acid for the PSP. A strange title in the series. Let me tell you what, son. It's kind of weird how I haven't even recorded any of the official games in the series, like Metal Gear for the Nintendo, or the old Nintendo, PlayStation, and other such things. But I thought it'd be interesting to try and give it this like weird spin-off shot, as it were. It's an odd beast, to say the least, and as we play the game, we'll get to figuring out why that is, for the most part. Sorry, there's some like a bit of weird color discoloration there. It must be something wrong with my cables, but hopefully I'll fix it up by the time we get in. But anyway, Metal Gear Acid. It is an interesting spin-off series of the series of Metal Gear. As far as I understand, this game is not in canon at all. It's kind of its own unique beast. So if you're worried about, like, having this be a part of the series or whatever, you don't have to worry about it too much. Just see, I'm just making sure. I'm really not sure about a lot of the modes on this one. And we'll leave it back on even for now, just kind of give it a go. But yeah, Metal Gear, a favorite of mine, and out of all the, well, maybe not my favorite series of all times. It can be a bit convoluted at once, but it's an enjoyable romp. There's a lot of like weird Easter eggs in the games, just like fourth wall breaking, references to other movies and media and stuff like that. Because the creator of the franchise, Hideo Kojima, was a big fan of Western media, which it shows in his games. This game came out, it says 2005. I'm trying to remember what game had come out before or after this. I think Metal Gear, I think it was Metal Gear Solid 3 was not out yet. I think it was about to come out. I think it's been a while since I played all of them and looked at their dates or whatever, but let me talk about that later. Let's get into the acid of this game as we delve into the strange tale of Metal Gear Acid. And we'll talk about it more as we go along. The president have arrived. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I need to apologize, as it seems my Coast Guard was a little overenthusiastic. No apology is necessary. The best way to handle this is to punish those in charge of each unit. I appreciate your understanding. All for one and one for all. My apologies for calling everyone at such short notice, but this is a serious incident. What is it this time? Yes, please enlighten us. Allow me to fill in some background details. By the way, the text is going by like really fast. As a gesture of gratitude for our longtime patrons, we here at Nicole are providing a special limited offer. Those who right now purchase pajamas or a nightcap from a participating outlet will receive our special Nicole silk powder as a free gift. Top grade silk does a body good. Sleep tight tonight, like you always should. Didn't expect to be singing it today. We're already starting off with some badassery going on here. This is Bravo. I've lost sight of the infantry target. Bravo, don't come near this place. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good for our companion. Yes, this is, well, it's not really showing it very well. This is a card-based game. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid, or Metal Gear, doing card-based combat. I'm no stranger to it, but yeah, the game's going so fast. It's not. Obviously, this is not a tutorial. This is obviously just showing you how the game works. You know. Oh, impressive. I guess it's impressive. I don't really know what the cards do and everything like that. Like I say, every time I play these games, I always play them with like almost very little to no knowledge about them. This is Bravo. Come in, Alpha. Delta here. I'm surrounded. Requesting backup. Damn it, Echo here. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know who this lady is, but she's Bravo. Come in, Bravo. Everything okay? I like the music to this game so far, at least this action music. You gotta do some cards on him? Alright, she's gonna do some cards, so. But yeah, I don't know who this lady is, but she's pretty hot, and she knows how to handle a gun, so. I don't know where Snake is in all this, but hey, I don't mind her being a part of it, so. Well, dead, huh? You sure about that? Well, you did throw a grenade at him, so most likely they'd be dead. This is Bravo. Alpha, where's the meeting place? I'm in the West Building warehouse. Our unit has been wiped out. We have to scrap the mission. We can't wait much longer. Roger. Oh, I was about to say, is it gonna let me? Do I have to make decisions? So it's like, I'm only an elected official. I can't make decisions by myself. I already see some references to old games. Yeah, that's a reference to the NES game, Out of Breath, or at least I think it's the first one. I assume if they have any references, it's probably to the MSX version of the game, or the. Huh? What the? This looks exactly like. Or they're using the redid sprites they did for Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, but since I think this came out before that, they'll probably use the MSX graphics. But for those who already know about Metal Gear, already know what I'm talking about. Bravo, you still alive? The meeting place is in a West Building warehouse. So what are we doing here anyway? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We're just here to observe and see what the heck's going on. Oh. Whoa. Well, that guy looked pretty massive. She's just like, I'm gonna go fuck. Well then. Looks like you're surrounded, love. Now what are you gonna do? Use some cards to get out of here? Obviously the game doesn't know you're using cards, just a... She must be the last one. The group at Corridor B was wiped out too. Take her. And don't let Clown find her. You don't, huh? Clown. Oh yeah, Metal Gear, everyone has to have like weird code names and everything like that. Well, I don't just say weird on everyone. GMT 0113. Yeah, there's as far as I know, there's no voice in the voicing in this game, so it's all gonna be me. Don't you love it? This is Walter. Looks like you made it ashore, Snake. Oh, finally, Snake. Yes. Snake here. Sorry for the wait, Roger. Yeah, I can't do David Hayter's voice justice, so I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to do a deep voice and just kind of go from there, so. Any enemies in sight? None so far. Snake. HRT Unit Spencer was sent in before you. We've lost contact with him. HRT, isn't that a SWAT-based unit? Specializing in terrorism prevention tactics? Yes, but they were wiped out by enemies. I take it we're not dealing with garden variety thugs. Snake, our mission consists of just one thing. That's getting our hands on the hijackers what the hijackers want. Pythagoras. Headquarters has concluded from the hijackers' demands that Pythagoras is the name given to a research project conducted at the Libido Physics and Chemistry Lab. Or Pythagoras could be the Pythagorean theorem, a squared b squared equals c squared. Yeah, I remember math. Oh, anyway. Inquiries to the lab, however, went unanswered. An unknown group of mercenaries had taken over the lab that just went just before we sent an HRT. Can you fill me in on this Pythagoras research? The details are currently a mystery. A mystery? Why is that? The project's head researcher, Fleming, was formerly developing biological weapons. At least it's not another Metal Gear. Metal Gear? For the US military. Biological weapons? In order to get the specifics on Pythagoras, you'll have to get in contact with Fleming. You've got his profile? I was only able to get my hands on some old pictures. The investigation is still underway. Find out who's taken this place over while you're at it. That too is being taken care of as we speak. Now, I know it's been a while since you've been in actual combat, Snake. Before infiltrating the target location, you better brush up on your intuitive skills. First of all, I should brief you on movement. Go ahead and move the cursor to the Genome Soldier card in your hand. Now select Move will display your range of movement using blocks. Select a block to move within the cursor. Way to just integrate this into the game, guys. You can tell it's not quite a Kojima. Kojima had nothing to do with Acid, by the way. Acid 1 or 2. I don't even know if they talked to him about like working on this or whatever. They just wanted a spin-off game. The only games he worked on was like sure Peace Walker, which was also on the PSP, and what was the one before that? The one that was mainly a multiplayer game, but it still had a story plot, which was nice. I'll have to look that up later. I don't recall at the top of my head. I remember enjoying Peace Walker quite a bit. The other one, a little bit, but you know, obviously not enough. I wish I had more story content, but anyway. After that, determine which direction to face. Give it a try. Move to this spot first. Okay? But yeah, just talking about cards in your hand, you're like, alright, head north and out of the forest. Mission start. Alright, we can do this. But yeah, since it's not canon, I don't know if you could try to place it. I don't know where you could or would. But anyway, let's go to the genome search. Actually, let's look at these cards really quick, just to kind of check them out. Weapon 5. The SOCOM weapon. I think that's a common... Let's see, who usually... Usually Snake doesn't... I'm trying to remember the SOCOM is... I think the SOCOM is his base weapon, if I remember correctly, over the course of the franchise. I'll admit I'm not the super duper, you know, Metal Gear expert, so don't quote me on all this. So, okay. Let's see. Genome Soldier 4 card can move 4 black. Okay. Got a Claymore. Attack 80. 1x2 area in front. Claymore is a classic. Claymores are basically, if you don't know anything about Claymores, basically they have like a sensor. If you stand in front of it, it explodes forward. Like whatever the number or lettering is facing, that's the way it'll explode. So if you're behind, you could you could survive it if you get behind a Claymore, that type of thing. Very dangerous. Body armor, of course, reduces total damage by 50. Let's see. Support, front evade level 1. Reaction 50%, equipped to use, and rations for life. I mean, those are common in the series. More like probably MITs or whatever they're called, or meals in transit. METs, maybe. Oh well. Anyway, let's just shoot. Let's move. So, all right. Say GM, so close. Okay. Okay. So circle is accept in this game. So, all right. That's it. Right there is fine. Okay, now choose north. A compass in the lower left corner shows you which direction you're facing. See how the white triangle is pointing to the north? Okay. Good. You chose north. The last step during movement is to select a position. It's also possible to select a crawl option, but just for now, or remain standing for now. Select stay from the list, and press the circle button to confirm. So, okay. Probably for stealth actions, or maybe you get a percentage to avoid enemy fire if you're crawling too. So anyway, we'll move and stay. Hooray! We can use cards. Well done. I'll contact you again when you reach the gate. Okay? Right. Okay. It might take me a while to get used to the card system, but like I said, I've played card games in Well, I used to play Magic the Gathering. Oh, sorry. The previous day, GMT, 1904. Okay, now it's a Metal Gear game. It smells weird in here, sis. It's ferrochronium bromide, a muscle relaxant, Elsie. Doctors use it for surgery and stuff to stop the pain. Did somebody get hurt? No, we just hijacked the plane. Cool. I assume one. I don't know if they're supposed to be like twin. Oh, sorry. Any Metal Gear game until you have like weird characters pop up and 2 talking dolls are definitely a part of it. Yeah, for a game that has like a very weirdly serious tone at times, it can get Metal Gear can be kind of almost extremely goofy too when you think about it. The previous day, GMT 1922. Are all these people gonna die, sis? Well, I don't know. If the big leaders in America do what we want, most passengers should live. How boring. I think everyone should die. If everyone dies, we won't have any more hostages. And without hostages, we can't negotiate. So then we just hijack another plane. Of course, it's just that easy. Not nowadays, especially with every plane having a fire marshal on. Although in the Metal Gear universe, that won't stop them, these crazy doll thingies. Elsie, can you just hush up for a little while? Why? I have to relay our demands to the control tower now. We have to claim responsibility. Okay, well, I guess I'll be quiet, but not for long. Oh, control tower, can you hear me? Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door. Sorry. We have taken over Flight 326, and the lives of 517 passengers are at stake. Every one of them has been temporarily paralyzed with verchronium bromide. Usually the Metal Gear series, sometimes despite its weird like pseudoscience, usually uses real terms and try to utilize them in a fashion that could actually work. So this is probably true. I mean, I would obviously encourage you all to look it up yourselves just to make sure. But, you know, from reliable sources, not this, like, random dude on some Reddit post, you know. All we have to do is increase the density ever so slightly, and all these pitiful passengers will die in an instant. And as a cherry on top, a bomb has been set somewhere on the plane. If flight altitude drops to 35,000 feet, it'll explode. And don't even consider making us land. I'm sure you wouldn't even think of doing a silly thing like that now, would you? Our demand is for access to a hidden treasure kept in a South African laboratory. The treasure known as Pythagoras. Oh, that name again. Give us Pythagoras with no strings attached, and your precious passengers will be set free. Depending how bad that, like, the Pythagoras idea is, some countries would probably easily give up those passengers, depending on how important they are. Time's running out. You've got 10 hours. Music in the background is kind of creepy with those dolls, too, that are playing. I don't know if the whole jingle and bells and stuff like that. Let's see if you can get us Pythagoras within 10 hours. How you get it to us is up to you. But if you're not quick about it, precious lives will be lost. One by one. Oh yeah, you're probably hoping we don't find out, but we've already confirmed that Vigo Hawk is on board this plane. Who's that? Obviously someone's important with a unique, different name. Looks like you've got a strange case ahead of you, Snake. Whatever. The previous day, GMT, 1955, 100 hours. So, the terrorists want Pythagoras. I see. What? Beagle Hawk. So that's what so what exactly are the demands? Is that right? You've got a hell of a plan there. I don't know who these hijackers are, but I'm damn thankful they showed up now. We have to take advantage of this golden opportunity. Strike when the iron is hot, as they say. Yeah. Leave this to me. I'll do a little negotiating with some higher-ups. You're kidding me. Roger was assigned to this? ... We've already got some political machinations going on. The previous day, GMT, 1200 hours. Libido Island itself belongs to the Southern African Republic of Maloney, but the Libido Physics and Chemistry Lab itself is under corporate control. Which corporation? It's Beagle, officially one of the largest and most respected conglomerate enterprises in the world, but beyond its surface reputation, Beagle is quite a mystery. I can't take that seriously when your acronym is Beagle. What are we gonna get some Snoopy action going on? The Peanuts gang is all gonna join us? Peanuts and Metal Gear Metal Gear franchise. I don't know if that's awesome or stupid. No contact could be established with them regarding this incident. Not only has the Maloney government been banned from meeting with Fleming while entering the lab, but they claim that it would be interference in non-governmental affairs. Why would they be so touchy? Until recently, Maloney was a country plagued by constant warfare and strife. Support from the international community has led to a national reconstruction, but the most generous financial contributor to Maloney was Beagle, by far. Sounds like the Maloney government doesn't want to betray their savior. The United States will not give in to terror. Negotiating with terrorists is not an option. That's the right policy to show the world. But if Pythagoras isn't delivered to those hijackers in a matter of hours, the 517 passengers aboard Flight 326 will be killed. That's why this operation must be kept strictly confidential. But you don't need to hear that from me. Why me? You were Roy's close friend during your time. Oh, Roy Campbell, at least he's mentioned in this game. Roy Campbell is basically the commander who's been like... Actually, I think his big role, he might have been referenced in Metal Gear 1 and 2, but most people know him from his appearance and voiced by, oh, I forgot the voice actor who voices Roy Campbell. He's famous for playing like old characters. He's like Uncle Ben's grandpa from Ben 10 and other such famous lines, but Roy Campbell's one of his more famous ones in the gaming community. But how are we going to get Pythagoras? What's the next step for Snake to get this to stop the hijackers from killing the 517 people? We'll find out next time in the next strange episode of Metal Gear Acid. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.